This episode of the Empty Netters podcast is brought to you by the crisp, refreshing taste of Labatt Blue Light. Whether you're sitting in the arena at a game or on your couch watching hockey at home, there is no better beer in the game than Labatt Blue Light. It is the crispest Pilsner you will ever have because every single can, bottle, and pint is brewed with Canadian kindness. And you know that is the best kindness that you could ever possibly find. So if you want to crack open a cold one, watch a game, or just hang out with the fellas, Labatt Blue Light has you covered every single time, every single shift. Ice is ready. We're in Boston. I'm not thrilled with the weather.
Dude, it is storming.
It is. But welcome back to another episode of the Empty Netters podcast. Dude, I flew here, and I was just so excited to get some snow.
I know.
I was ready for that. Listen, I'm a California bitch now.
Yep.
I don't do well in cold weather.
It's warm, though.
It is so warm here, and it sucks. That's my thing, is like, I am a little baby boy now, but when I come home in the winter for a couple of weeks, I'm like, give me it. I want it. I want to put on boots, and I want to walk down the street when it's dumping snow. And I get here, and it is monsooning, and it's 60 degrees.
Dude, Dad.
What is going on?
Dad said to me, he goes, it's gonna be raining Monday. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is what happens when you retire. You comment on the rain.
Yeah, you just think about the
I love
weather.
you, Dad. But I was like, it's going to rain, Dad.
Yeah.
And then I woke up this morning, and there's 100-mile-an-hour winds, and it's pouring. And I was like, oh, sorry, you were right. I didn't realize you meant it's a massive rainstorm.
Dude, the trees are blown sideways. I feel like I'm in a Tim Burton movie with what's going on out there.
I parked under a very old-looking tree, and I was like,
Terrible move.
My car is Mom's car.
I was like, it's your mother's car. So it's going to get destroyed when a tree falls. But we are thrilled to be here in Boston. The homies at Big Night Media hooking us up with this amazing studio. We've got a lot of hockey to talk about, per usual. We're going to chop it up, just the two of us this episode, because we're heading into Christmas. We're heading into the holidays. The game doesn't stop. We've got Winter Classic right around the corner. So let's get into our No Bucky warm-up.
Do you want to say that you're hurting a bit?
Oh, yeah, I do. You can probably hear it in my voice. Shout out to our boy, Jeremy Swayman.
Thanks for the hat.
Yep, thanks for the
He got
hat.
me this hat. He gave me this hat.
Coming to Boston, always get to see our buddy, the coolest guy ever. But goddamn you, I just landed, and all I wanted to do was order dinner and watch the football game and
Watch
go
some
to
foosball.
tuck my little sweet butt to bed.
Instead,
Sway was the greatest host of all time, had a buddy in town. We all went out to Southie, which I thought my Southie days were over.
no,
They
sir.
sure aren't.
No, sir.
But I'm banged up, dude. I'm banged up.
Yeah, hell of a night.
I feel like I sound like,
Dude.
what's Bradley Cooper's name in A Star is Born? Jackson something?
Jackson, Maine.
Jackson,
How could you
Maine.
forget
How
that?
could I forget Maine?
Christ.
And he spells it like Maine,
I know,
too.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Jackson, Maine right now.
I can't remember who it was. But the Bruins had a team party last night. I think we can tell the story. And they did a Yankee swap.
Yeah.
And Sway's been getting into pickleball. And he got a pickleball set. He opened a random, it's a Yankee swap. You just open, you don't know what it did. He opened a gift and got a pickleball set. And then
Reamer's wife Lauren, dude,
stole it.
swiped it from him. Dude, I'm on record. I've said this at our office parties. Dude, Yankee swap, white elephant, whatever you want to call it, is
mean.
chaos.
It's mean.
It's a
They're mean
chaotic
things.
game. It is not in the spirit of Christmas. There's stealing and swiping, and someone is upset every time, and it's just insanity.
Edge is rolling over in his grave listening to this.
I know.
podcast,
He's just like, Dan is such a little baby. And
Yeah.
it's true, but I think that game is mayhem. And
Lauren, legal snipe.
Snipe.
Took the pickleball set.
Stick taps to Lauren.
Sway
but
he got a bottle of JMO. Nice bottle of JMO.
he
He's
did get a
fine.
really
He'll be
nice
fine.
bottle of JMO. And listen, we don't need to say what it is, but Mason Lohrei got the gift of the day.
Big gift.
Huge gift. So, Mace,
Congrats, buddy.
use it well.
Okay, no Bucky warm-up. Let's
Get
do
into
it.
No Bucky warm-up here. We're going to start out with a little Netters bump.
We're going streaking.
Going streaking. Little Netters bump. Boy Jackie Aces. Jack Eichel. 10-game heater.
Jackie's on a 10-game heater.
Fuck Jackie. But playing out of his mind. Love to see him getting in the mix. He had the Buffalo game a couple of games ago. They lost, but
know.
he tucked a real nice goal, popped a nice little hit, got in a bit of a scrap with Krebsy.
Yeah.
I love that you can tell how fired up Jack gets for the Buffalo game.
Both teams, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because
All the
Krebsy
boys.
was chirping him, he doesn't want that smoke after,
Yeah.
like they
And I like it's all in good fun chirps.
I think,
too.
yeah, I think so,
the
too.
boys love each other.
But, like,
which is great.
Tucky scored, that sick one, actually,
Yep.
off the fucking ridiculous turnover. But Tucky scored that one
Yep.
and was fired up,
Yeah.
so that's a two-way street there.
You know who's really coming alive is Zach Benson.
Yeah, about time.
What do you mean about time?
He was on, everyone was like,
Him making
stroking it
he
early.
made opening day roster, dude, and no one on earth expected that.
Well, yeah, but then they overshot it.
He was a little slow. He's a child, dude. He's
I know,
a
I'm
carny.
just saying, people
Give
were
him
like,
time.
oh my God.
But he's playing out of his mind. But yeah, love to see Jack buzzing. I said early, dude, I popped on our Twitter early this season, 100-point season for Jack.
Yeah, dude, it's always been there.
It's very much in the
With
cards.
health. Yeah, it's always been there.
No
And-
pun intended.
Yeah, nice. We talked about this a little.
Vegas.
Yeah, cards.
Yeah.
Get casinos, craps. No, that's dice. Fuck, blackjack.
Black.
There we go, blackjack.
Oh my
Cards.
God, dude.
We did it.
We are full circle, right? We're buzzing.
We are
Stay hot.
firing, dude.
Stay
We
hot.
are
Stay
firing.
hot. Stay hot.
Oh, I did want to say this though. We talked about this last night. Of all the teams, I think you, a few nooners deep, but you put it best last night. We were like, everyone in the league is a fraud right now.
Correct,
Like, every
dude.
good team is actually a fraud and have fatal flaws, except for Vegas.
Except Vegas, dude.
Vegas is a wagon.
I
It is
said it.
absolutely insane.
I said it on one of our AMAs the other week. Of all the teams, dude, everyone has a major issue that you're
Yeah.
like, oof, I wonder how that's going to look come playoff time, even come the deadline. The only team that is a wagoon is Vegas,
chugging along.
and they just might go back to back, dude. And that's how it feels right now. They are
Not
unbelievable.
easy, but damn.
But one of the other titans in the league, who has another guy going streaking, is Nate Dogg with 15-game heater under his belt.
Ridiculous.
You have been the big. I mean, you said this last year, and I mean they're in first right now. I
Yeah.
think. Are you still in the camp that Colorado is just a titan of industry, and everyone somehow is just like, oh yeah, they're not doing that well. Like the fact that I believe. Can you look? I believe they're first.
They are.
in
They
the
are.
Central right
Yep.
now, and just no one talks about it.
They're a world leader, dude. And
It's
they always have been.
unbelievable.
Half the reason I picked Vegas to start slow this year in our previews was because Colorado did last year.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, see, that's just what happens. Like
Yeah.
when you are that good and you won the cup and you party your face off, you kind of start slow.
Yeah.
Vegas did not start slow. They are disgusting.
Sure didn't.
But Colorado, after their slow start last year, so if you go from like, I guess Jan 1 probably last year
Yeah.
till now, so across both seasons, I would like to see where the Avs are on that ranking.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's probably second. Like the Bruins, Vegas, and the Avs have the best record over that stretch. Jan 1 last year to Jan 1 this year.
Yeah.
The Avs are nasty. We're going to get into some Central stuff later, so I won't spoil it yet. But in the same way, actually, the Kings have been so sick. But the Dallas hasn't quite been the threat I thought they were going to be. So the Avs are like, yeah, we're the class of the Central.
They really are, dude. And that you're right that they're just a monster, and their three big dogs, Nate, Moose, and Kale, are all performing out of their shoes. And just like they're so good. And I think, remember in the run of Tampa,
Yes.
where they win their back-to-back cups.
Tampa era.
The Tampa era.
I remember that.
There's a lot of Tampa fans right now who are like, wait, is that
Are
over?
we out of the
And I'm
Tampa
like,
era? And
"This
I'm
is
like, oh, I have horrible news.
I'm sorry, it's over. But remember the Tampa era, when every deadline they would just like they had no cap. And everyone thought they can't possibly do anything, and then they would just add like the best piece,
Yeah, third liner.
and you'd be like, what the fuck? I think Colorado is going to do that this year. I think they're going to flip someone, like they might flip Joey or something.
Yeah.
And I just think they're going to slide in a second line winger or third line center or something like that, and just get so much deeper. And it's going to be another, oh shit, Colorado is here in a real way.
Because I think they would have done damage last year had they got by the spunk. Like they
Yeah.
got spunked,
They
and
got
no one was ready for that. and they got spunk in their gears and they got all jammed up. But I'm telling you, if they get through that, we said that about the Bees too. You know, if they just beat Florida, they go to the Cup.
They would have gone straight to the Cup.
If the Avs get by Seattle, they're going, and I think it would have been really hard to stop them. I guess I'm trying to think who they would have caught next. Who'd the Stars play? Or Seattle lost to Dallas, right? So I guess they would have got Dallas. I think they would have got Dallas.
This is bad
right?
for us.
No, but it's the Central. They would have got Dallas.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a tough one, but like, they're favorites in that series.
Yeah,
if
no
they
doubt.
got there. So
No doubt.
yeah, they would really go. Where does each streak end? Call it right now. Jack's at 10. Nate Dogg's at 15.
I think Jack gets to 14, and Nate Dogg, it doesn't end.
The rest of the year. How many games left?
Nate Dogg's streak goes for about 50 more games.
Yep.
And
I'd
I'd love Nate to get to. I'd love him to get to 20, but I think he gets to 18. And
give me 17 for Nate Dogg. Give me 21 for Jack. For
Blackjack. Nice.
Give me 21.
That's how you bookend.
I'm about to mush the shit out of both of them.
Yeah,
and neither of them will
seriously.
score another point. But
It's just awful. Speaking of blackjack betting and gambling, you having fun with Betsmith?
no, I'm having an awful time, dude.
Did you hit a great one
I
last
actually
night?
hit a sick fucking double bagger last night.
But I've got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, I fucking wrote it wrong I put a typo in the fucking story.
So we're doing the 12 days of Betsmiths. Loving it.
Yeah.
Picking, 12 days of Christmas each day. We both post one of our little parlays or one of our picks. Last night you did Vegas puck line,
Yep.
Avs puck line parlay.
Yep.
You wrote on the IG money line.
Yep.
So it doesn't count as a win for you.
But I put the odds I listed and the money I was showing was all puck line.
Yep.
So anyone that was doing it, if they typed in money line for both, they would have seen these are not the odds and not the payout.
Correct, yeah.
And they would have heard me. So I think
And
I
the
have
bad
enough.
fact, the bad fact for me is that both hit anyway.
Yeah, right. And I think I have enough. So I think I have enough data to justify that I clearly meant puck line.
Here's a
and I'm
question for
taking
you. My pick was the Devils like an idiot, and
Yep.
the Ducks pumped them.
Pumped him. It's your first
That
one.
said, the double money line of Avs Vegas was my pick, but you got your story up first, and I actually made that bet last night and won. So can my streak still stay?
Hell no. Dude. Hell no, dude.
All right, fine. I'm gonna get back on the horse.
How much did you
tonight.
bet on the Devils for the competition?
So I did.
You were up to like 100.
Yeah, I got
$195
$195 bucks, and I only did 20.
Okay, so you're down to 175.
Yeah.
Dude,
You have no money.
I was getting to a point where I'm not even going to make it because I'm betting $10 a day. It's 12 days of Betsmiths, and I only had $100 to start this competition. I wasn't even going to make it through 12 days if I didn't hit one soon. I'm pretty sure I cashed 31-ish bucks on that. So I was down to 70 because I lost 3 in a row.
Yep.
So then I was down to 60. So I'm still under 100, but I think I'm at like 90. I'm at $91 now. Not to check the sheet, but that was.
So you're still doing pretty good.
Well, not really, but that was a necessary win, and now we're hot, by the way.
Yeah,
just
we're
so
hot.
everyone's knowing.
Yep.
Now we're very hot.
You're hot,
and
you're
I'm
hot.
about to go bonkers on this thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna get back.
Get everyone rich.
I'm gonna get back on the horse tonight too. But yeah, follow along with the 12 days of Betsmith because we're having a blast.
Some of us are having a blast.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I think you're gonna start having a blast,
Yeah,
which
me
is
too.
great. Let's talk about some goalies.
Yeah, a lot to say here.
Let's finish. Let's round out this no Bucky warm up with some goalie talk. We talked a lot about Carolina and how they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Ranta has cleared waivers,
Sent down.
sent down.
It's when someone goes on waivers and they don't get scooped, it's not. It's dire.
And we feel that this situation is just Is Freddie back?
No. And here's Rant. Rant is 6-5-1 this year, 3.61 goals against,
Yeah.
8.54 save
Yeah.
percentage in 14
We
games.
did this the other day. It's not great.
Rod had some good quotes. His game's not there. It's such an important position. When it's not there, it's glaring. We've said that before,
Yeah.
where it's like it's just so hard to hide. When you're like we're playing okay, but you're just not getting that save. Absolute killer. Freddie's still out. Kochetkov's 6-6-1, 8-9-0.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. Like all their goalie play is brutal.
The kid from Quinnipiac is who they've called up.
Yep.
Yep. I think it's Peretz. I think is how you say it. he's been good in his life, but it's just like it's unproven.
What and
we've
you're,
seen like guys like Levi and Wall, who we felt like was flashing, and even that's hard.
Even like Aiden Hill last year
yeah.
with Vegas, even Copley last year with LA. I do think that they are now fully in a. All right, dude, let's go to the pipeline. Let's see if someone else can. Because, dude, when your goalie's playing this is what fucking New Jersey should do.
Yep.
When your goalies are playing this poorly, just rotate, dude. Like, are you really going to be worse than like 3.8 goals against and a sub 900 save percentage? It's not going to be much worse than that. So give someone else a shot.
I think that's right. I think you said it last ep where it's like you got to make a move pretty quick.
Yeah.
I still think there's some time because the Met is such a mess. Yeah, we definitely said this last time, but it's like I like this. It's tough though because sometimes you're like, they just need to see more pucks. I know goalies when they're in a rut, they're like, don't sit me. Like, that's not going to fucking help. I need to get play. But I'm like, yeah, but you also it's fucking everybody's net, dude. You're killing me.
Yep.
So it's a tough call. But I respect them for making the change, and it's fucking sucks. I hope Ranta finds his game in the A and comes back up and is sick again.
They at least did something.
Yeah,
and I like what you just said there. Like, I hate this for Ranta because I think Ranta's a great goaltender. Yeah. Actually, curious. I won't lie. I was a bit surprised he cleared.
Kind of same, especially because listen to this. He was This was with, I think it's his career, 133, 78, and 28, 249 goals against with a 915 save percentage and 20 shutouts in 267 games. And I'm like, that's sick, dude.
He's a great goaltender.
It's really good.
He's a great goaltender.
So,
and it did feel like there were some teams
that
could have been like, maybe a change of scenery, dude.
Deal too, right?
I mean, let's keep it in the exact same organization.
Yeah, 1.5.
How great was Freddie when he left Toronto and went to Carolina?
Yep.
Different market, different environment. There's a chance your game comes alive. Perfect transition. I just said it.
Yeah. But we're okay with it.
But perfect transition into what we want to talk about now in LA, Phoenix Copley to long-term IR.
Yep.
So Phoenix was supposed to be the rising sun in net for LA. Started the season very, very rough around the edges. Brutal at home. And then out of nowhere, Talbot plays unreal. He's a top performing tendy.
He's doing the Phoenix impression from last year.
100%.
Everyone's like, "Wait, it's you?" And he's like, "Yeah,
in his
it's me."
30s, he's just out of control, and his unbelievable play allowed Phoenix to get into his rhythm.
Yep.
Who has in his last 10 or so?
He only has
sorry.
He only has 8.
I meant in their last 10 games.
Yeah.
He has played very well in those 10 games in his 5 or so starts.
Yep.
But Phoenix has been playing very, very well.
But no, listen. So he has last year 24, 6 and 3, 264 goals against, 903 save percentage, 37 games. Fucking saved the squad. It was amazing. This year so far, got hurt on Friday. This year he's 4, 1 and 2, 316 goals against, 870 save percentage in 8 games.
Yes,
so it's like,
but what I'm saying is like those 4 wins, he has been
better,
way better. Those numbers are bad,
Yeah.
but they were much worse, and he's figured it out. But he's now hurt, so they're now in a goalie situation, and that is one where I was like, Ranta would have been an interesting scoop for them.
Yeah, and all the teams we've been talking about a while, it would be, because like I just said, it's a 1 year, 1.5 for Ranta. And I'm like, oh, it's not like that was a fat contract.
No.
Like, oh, I can't even be bothered. I'm like, dude, you don't want to just kick the tires on that, which is kind of a testament to how bad he's been, unfortunately. But the Kings are another team where it's like, man, that goalie can derail fucking everything, dude. So you can't get hurt. You got to get lucky. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
You look at that Kings team, and it's one of those situations where it feels like the majority of their losses this season has not been, D-zone breakdowns or a failure to score goals. It's been goalie cracks. And, I mean, so many people come at us in the comments and come at us on Twitter, and not just us, like everyone who's like, if this team just got a goalie, they'd be a Stanley Cup contender. And people are like, well, that's goalie's part of the team. And I'm like, no shit, guys. But it's okay to say this. I mean, look at that Toronto team. If you put fucking Vasilevsky on Toronto, are they a different team? Yes. And if you disagree, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
And do they need better defense as well? Yes, dude. But some people don't consider how much great goaltending helps your defense, and it helps your team. It helps your breakout. It helps the flow of the game. If you have a goaltender who is giving up goals at a 870 save percentage, that is crippling to your confidence on the ice, because when a team gets an odd man rush, you're sitting on the bench going, fuck. I don't have confidence in our goaltender to make this save. It's like the Hasek stories back in the day when he would tell his guys, he'd go, I'm not letting in another goal today.
Give up 3-on-1s.
Yeah.
Take chances. Doesn't
Take
matter.
chances. Go score, because I'm not getting scored on again. If you have a goaltender with that confidence, it boosts up your players' confidence. It boosts up the defense's confidence. It changes the entire game. So, yes, I think the Kings fall in this category of, listen, is Talbot going to out of nowhere go like this? Yeah, I'm going to go Jean-Sebastien Giguère this season, and I'm going to carry us to a cup. That'd be amazing. But I think it's a little foolish to assume he's just going to go wire to wire. A
little reckless.
Little reckless.
Yep.
So just another team to keep an eye on. And Phoenix got to keep an eye on this injury. When is he coming back? Does he come back healthy? All these crazy things. Last goalie talk before we move on.
Flower. Marc-Andre Fleury might be playing his last game in Pittsburgh tonight. So this will come out Wednesday, but he's playing it tonight on Monday.
It's Monday night.
Maybe he retires. I don't know. He'll get a great ovation like he always does. I wanted to ask you this, Dan. He's at 996 career games played, which is sick. Pretty sure only 3 goalies have ever gone over 1,000.
Seriously, playing 1,000 games as a goaltender
Patrick
is
Waugh,
insane.
Luongo, 3-2. Brodeur, the most, 1266 for Brodeur. Flower has 548 wins.
Legend.
Waugh 551, so 3 away.
Yeah, he'll
and
break
then
it.
Brodeur 691. Those are the top 3.
691, dude.
Those are the top 3 winning.
Can we talk about that? 691 wins for Martin Brodeur.
Insane.
Good God.
Flower has 100 more wins than Luongo, than Lundqvist, than Eddie Belfour. Where is he? Knee jerk. Where is he on your all-time goalie list?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Is he top 3? That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, yeah. This is where you
it's
go.
always Brodeur and Waugh.
Yeah,
right. Like everyone,
and now you go into the like annals of history. To
he's got
pulling out guys like Grant Fuhrer.
He's got 2 mugs. How many cups does he have?
3 mugs. I think he was on that team, that third cup team, but Murray was playing.
But he won the third.
Look that up, actually. This is another one of those Tanger situations where
I'm like,
Tanger has 3 cups. We've confirmed that. That was a bullshit article.
That was.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's got 3 mugs. He is. It's the core 4, right? It's Crosby, Malkin, Tanger, Fleury. Without him, they do not do what they have done. For him to then go to Vegas, then Chicago, now Minnesota, and be as good as he has been, and a guy that these teams rely on, to be that good for this long. For 4 different franchises, I mean, dude, you are a legend. And like you just said, we're going to see him play over 1,000 games now. He's going to get his he's about to pass Patrick Waugh for most wins. And in the all-time wins list. Like, that is an all-time guy.
I don't know if he'll catch him on games, but he'll hit the 1,000 mark.
Yep. So yeah, it's Brodeur, it's Waugh,
and Flower, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think he might be the
Flower.
3rd best goalie to ever fucking live.
I think I put
insane?
Hasek above him.
Yeah, okay.
On sheer
Well, that's a tough one with just like skill. Hasek's kind of like the I mean, he actually played a lot of games too. Let me see how many he played. But I was gonna say it's kind of like the Barry Sanders thing, where I'm like, well, he was the best.
Yeah.
Like maybe he didn't.
And to me, it's that
longevity.
It's that you ask the question, but don't do it in the sense of stats. Don't go who's the best statistical goalie of all time. It's you need a win. Give me your top 5 goalies. I think I go Waugh, Brodeur, Hasek, and then Flower comes in that top 5 conversation for me. He's unbelievable, dude.
I think that's right because it's Luongo.
He's also
Luongo's way up there.
He's also Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man.
He's an absolute.
Imagine
beauty.
being that good and that cool.
Yeah,
we always talk about it. It's
because
diabolical.
we've had some fun nights with Marty. Like he's getting after it still. So he's my guy too. And Patrick Wallace has got.
Dude.
I've seen him get very mad, and I kind of dig that. Actually,
I love that.
I kind of dig that.
I love Wah because he's out of his damn mind.
Yep.
I like a guy. Hey, I like that.
I like that.
He's got a screw loose, dude, and that's good.
Hasek's a tough one, dude. Yeah, maybe I have to go 4 for Flower.
Yeah, I'd go Floor.
But I'm not sure people know that, dude. I'm not sure people are like,
because
I'm like, what do you think about Flower? And they're like, he's pretty good. He's pretty. No, they say more than that. They're like, he's really good. And I'm like, well, he's the 3rd best goalie to ever live. So did you know that, you imbecile?
Yeah. Do you know he's a top 5 goalie of all time? You fool.
Because that's something to think about.
Yeah. But that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna keep an eye on that tonight. It'll be fun to watch him. Play there again and possibly for the last time. That's crazy. Do you think he retires this year?
I hope not, but this Wild season is shit and it sucks. And I don't think he's like.
I think he could find,
especially when Sid goes bar down on him.
I think he could find a new home next year and then call it quits.
Yeah. Does he want to?
I don't know.
Do you want to move again?
And that's, we'll get people screaming at us again for being like, there's such thing as a no move clause. And I'm like, but dude, don't you think Flower would be a good trade deadline acquisition for one of these teams? Like, I would love to see Flower get traded to New Jersey. That would be amazing.
That would be sick.
All right, let's strap on those helmets, move on from no Bucky warm-ups into hot ice. We've got 2 topics on hot ice.
Go.
First one I want to talk about is my old buddy, Chris Kreider.
Yes, sir.
On one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now.
One of?
Yeah, one of.
The.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, dude. I guess we just stroked Vegas, but the Rags are sick.
The Rags are amazing.
They're sick.
Having an unbelievable season. Kreider's got 24 points, 16 goals, 8 assists in 29 games, having a vintage.
How many goals?
16. Having a vintage Chris Kreider season.
How many does Matthews have? 18?
Goals?
Yeah.
No, he's got 21, I think. Might have 22 at this point. But Kreider's up there. He's easy top 10. He might be top 5 in the league right now. But
sick.
Chris Kreider, I believe, has... I was saying this last year, maybe even 2 years ago. I believe that Chris Kreider is getting 20 pulled straight into the rafters at Madison Square Garden.
I don't even think it's a question anymore.
Okay.
And it's crazy. And I mean this with respect, but it's like, it is crazy to me to think about the sentence that it's not even a question that Chris Kreider's getting his jersey retired with the Rangers.
Dude.
Just because he felt like, and he's a friend of ours, I think everyone knows that at this point, but like he's a friend of ours. And watching his career, playing at Prep with Dan, BC was so fun to follow. 17th pick, I'm pretty sure. Like
19th overall.
Pick. And I was like, great, I'm pumped for the kid. Stayed at BC 3 years because it wasn't
2 natty championships.
Yep, because it was, and that's obviously they had a good team and he wanted to come back. But I only bring that up to say it's not like he's one of these kids where he's in college 1 year and they're like, "Yo, get him up. He's that nasty."
Yep.
Like it was like, stay in college, dude. Like get bigger, get stronger, whatever. So he finally comes up, has this epic playoff run because he came up for the playoffs, remember? Yeah. And then like literally left BC. I think they won the natty. I think
they did.
And then went straight there and had like 7 goals in the playoffs. Which was
OT winner against Boston.
Which was like a record. I think Krug maybe even tied that record or something with like playoff goals as a rookie or that first year. Anyway, had this incredible playoff, but then kind of like settled in. And I was like, yeah, Kreider's a fast winger who will get you 20 a year. And that's great. And from a mid to high first rounder, drafting's tough, dude. Like you want when your studs up high, you want them.
Yeah.
But like, if you got a consistent winger who can like give you some power play minutes and score 20 goals a game from the 19th pick, you're like, I'm happy. Do I wish it was a little bit better? Sure, but you're not that mad about it. And I was like, good for you, dude. I'm so happy for the kid and his family. What an awesome career. And then he kind of was like, even before the 50 burger, he was there long enough that I was like, because every year it felt like maybe Kreider gets moved. That's a good ad for a team. And it just never quite happened. I felt like it was on the table, though. And it never quite happened. So then he was there long enough that you were like, oh, what a Ranger. What a storied Ranger he is. And then it was all hell broke loose.
So this is exactly my point. I feel like Kreider came into the league. He had a bit of a struggle in that first year and a half with torts.
Yep.
And in, I believe, his second year, maybe first full season, got a couple of injuries, and there were people being like, man, I hope he doesn't have an injury thing. He absolutely leaned into that. Everyone was like, Kreider, solid guy.
Yeah.
Solid guy. He's going to get you 20. That was it. It was like, he's going to get you 20, going to get you 20. Was never an all-star until the 50 year where he popped off. But people paying attention were like, wait a minute. This fucking guy is the picture of consistency.
Yep.
When you look at his career, he plays damn near every single game of the season, and he is going to get you 50 points every single fucking season. And dude, when he was drafted and interviewed, someone asked what you're going to bring to the New York Rangers, and he was like, I think I'm highly coachable. I think I work really hard. I think I'm a good two-way player. And damn it, if that is not the most accurate representation of what he does on the ice. He is so insanely coachable. Look at how many coaches he's had with that team. He has lasted through so many regimes.
Yep.
He signed multiple contracts with them. He's played with multiple different players, different centers, different wingers. He has been a leader on this team for a long time now. And dude, I look at this guy, and he's been in the league for a decade.
Yeah.
He is one of, if not the best power forwards in the NHL. You'd be hard-pressed to find a guy who's better in front of the net. And to just be doing what he's done for this long, he is fifth all-time in New York Rangers history for goals.
Is that? I thought it was even higher than that. Is it fifth?
He's fifth.
It's fifth?
He's behind Rod Gilbert, Jean Rattel, Adam Graves, Andy Bathgate, and then Chris Kreider.
Dude.
And I'm like,
keep
dude,
going, yeah.
fifth all time. He just got his 500th career point. And I'm telling you, dude, this guy.
He's fifth in goals or points? Goals. He's fifth in goals.
Fifth in goals all time. Power play goals, fifth all time. Power play points, he's up there as well. And he's up there in playoff points as well.
Yeah.
My thing with Kreider is, dude, knowing this guy, how he plays the game, how he takes care of his body, he is nowhere fucking near done. He's 33 years old, I believe. He will play until he's 38, 39, no question about it. And, dude, it's just so insane seeing him on this Rangers team having this unbelievable season. And I just think the general hockey world is like, yeah, Chris Kreider.
Yeah.
And I'm like this, no. Chris Kreider is one of the greatest New York Rangers of all time already.
Dude,
and I'm like I said, he has at least 4 more years in this league, and I bet they're all with that team. And it's my greater point here is, I believe that Kreider, at the end of it all, is going to have a claim for greatest New York Ranger to ever play.
Dude, here's what I want to say.
How about that?
Here's what I want to say. The longevity thing, on that point really quickly, early in his career, he was the fast guy. And he was always strong, but early in his career, he was the fast guy. And that can get scary because you're like, that goes eventually. Yeah. And, dude, he did such a good job of building that lower body strength that now he can plan how to plan, and he.
But dude, he is like, he's still so fast.
Yes, of course.
And I dare you to try knocking him off the.
That's what I mean.
It's fucking.
That's
insane.
what I mean. Because he's not even like a fighter. Like Luch was a power forward and he was fighting people. Like Kreider isn't like dropping mitts every game. He's just like, I'm a beast in front of the net. You can do in the corners everywhere down low. It's ridiculous.
And I say this with knowledge on the subject. Yeah. That man is carved from marble.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like he's not a brick shit house. It's not like one of these guys. He doesn't have the hockey butt and he's like kind of barrel chested. He is chiseled from stone and he takes care of his body and his preparation so insanely well. So he's going to keep doing this, dude.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep doing this.
And the other thing I was going to say, dude, is this might be a chirp, but I just like, I think the Rangers franchise needs to step it up. Like, I can't believe this is, like, when they were like, Kreider is the 5th leading scoring Ranger of all time, I was like, what?
No, but see, you're doing what I think too many people have done. Dude, he is that good.
I know.
He is that good.
But it's only recently. Like, he went 50 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I think last year he went 35, which is sick. But
Yeah,
I'm
but like he's always doing that. Dude, scoring over 30 in the NHL
I don't
is
think
ridiculous.
he ever had. That's my point.
No,
Like,
yeah, he has.
check that, dude. Because
Yes.
like, I'm pretty sure he had never scored more than 20-something until the 50 burger.
But okay, but even 20-somethings are insanely
this is an
impressive.
original 6 franchise, dude. Like, fucking who was on the Rangers? Like, what is happening?
In his career, he's gone
Tell me he's gone over 30 before
17,
the 50.
21, 21, 28, 16, 28, 24, 20, 52, 36. Now he has 16.
Yeah, so he had never gone over 30 before the 50 burger.
Yes, but he was flirting with it all the time. It's like the 28, 28, 24, like he gets you, 20 plus.
Do you have the top 5 Rangers scorers right now?
Yeah, I sure do.
I'm going to check the Bruins.
I mean, I read him to you already.
Yeah, but I want to know how many goals they have actually.
Most goals, 406.
Yeah, that's number 1?
Yep,
Okay.
Gilbert. 336, 280, 272. And now, Kreider's fourth. Yeah, he's over Andy. He has 280.
Okay, so the 406 would be the third.
Or he might be over.
Excuse me, the
Let
fourth.
me look at this recent stat because he might have just passed.
Yeah, I swear he's third, dude. I swear I thought, but I might be completely making that up.
Yeah, 281. He just passed Graves.
So he's fourth?
No,
Third.
He is third.
Okay. The 406.
He's just behind Rattel and Gilbert.
The 406 would be the 4th highest scoring Bruin ever. I'm just checking original 6 teams. Here's Blackhawks. It would be tied for a 4th highest scoring Blackhawk. My point is 406. The Blackhawks leading goal scorer is 604. The Bruins is 500 something.
Yeah.
I just can't believe the Rangers leading goal scorer ever is 406 goals.
That's fair.
Is it because people are leaving the Ranger? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's fair. But this
bonkers
is
to me.
what this is to circle back.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying at the end of it all, dude, I think he legitimately might be able to say I'm the greatest. If Kreider gets
Yeah.
a mug,
Dude.
if he brings a mug,
Oh my God, bro.
if he brings a mug
Yeah.
back to Madison Square Garden, I'm telling you, he will be
Greatest Ranger of all
considered
time.
the greatest Ranger of all time.
You're 100% right about that.
It's insane.
You are 100%. And even fucking without it. Like, there's a chance you can do it without it, but if they win the ship,
Yeah.
Lundqvist, because it's, Lundqvist is way up there,
Yeah.
but he never won it, so it's like, Jesus Christ.
Let's shift to
Yeah.
another original 6 team perfectly because we're here in Boston. You said earlier we talked about how we think everyone in the league is frauds.
Fraudulent.
Bees got right back to where they left off last season,
Mm-hmm.
top of the Atlantic. They remain at the top of the Atlantic. But last 10, been a little shaky.
Yeah, I think they're 5-5 or 5-6 in their last 11, something like that.
Couple tough losses here and there. People on Twitter got big mad at us for saying that they might be on fraud watch.
Yeah.
First of all, guys, fraud watch doesn't mean you're bad. It just means
you might be fraudulent.
You might be fraudulent.
There might be fraudulent activity on your
There
card.
might be some fraudulent activity. Doesn't mean
We
you're
will
a bad
refund
team.
you and send you a new one.
But we've got Zaka, your 1C, McAvoy, one of the best defensemen in the world, both on IR.
Yep.
Pasta gets tossed last game for a boarding call on Lindgren.
Tough hit.
The Bruins are on the struggle bus.
Dude,
And my
go ahead.
question for you is this. Sorry, Bruins fans. You said early this team is a depth problem.
Yes.
And if
that's what I was gonna
injuries
say.
happen,
My biggest
it's going to
fear.
be a big wake up of like, oh boy. And here we are. We're looking at it. We've got guys getting called up to this team to play while people are injured that you've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
That people are like, wait, who is this person? The last 3 games, I believe, 2 of which were losses, this team has failed to get 30 shots on net.
Yep.
Are the Bruins staring down the barrel of this is what you're going to see in a deep playoff run? Or we get towards the end of the season, more injuries happen, these struggles are going to continue, and you cannot ask fucking Sway and Olmark to make 38 saves a game, which is literally what they're doing. Like, that Rangers game, are you fucking joking me, Bruins?
Dude.
Sway
So bad.
is standing on his head, and they get a power play goal that sends it to overtime, and you eventually lose because everyone on the Bruins falls asleep in overtime and leaves someone nude backdoor. Dude, you cannot have your goalie making over 35 saves and you guys score 1 goal.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Come on, boys.
And this is the dude, what is going on with the Bruins? Is basically what I'm saying.
Dude, for me, it's exactly what my fear was. And I think they have great defense. I think they have great goaltending. And I was wrong about that hand up to start the year. That carried them more than I thought it would even. But if you just look at this roster, dude, like straight up, they have stars. And some teams don't even have that.
Yeah.
Pastrnak is a fucking star, elite goal scorer.
Yeah.
McAvoy is a star. The goaltending are both stars.
Yeah.
But look at the roster.
Yep.
Compare it to other great teams in this league.
Yep.
This is not a great roster, period. And maybe it's some of their parts is greater than, the whole is greater than the sum of their parts because of their chemistry, because of the leadership. Marshy too, I should have said Marshy, and he's still a great player in this league.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, this is I probably was harsh on him in my preview, but like this is a mid-playoff team to me when you just look at roster construction. And I think they're better than fucking 5 and 6 in their last 11 because of the injuries and stuff like that. But that's fucking NHL, boys and girls. You know, that's how it works. You got to go through some adversity here. So this is worse than they are. The start was better than they actually are. But I feel that Bruins fans got a little drunk on that start and was like, oh, dude, we can lose Berg and Krejci and everything is fine.
Dude, and we were making jokes early. I was betting, and I was posting this. I was betting the Bruins under.
Bruins under
every
automatic,
fucking game, dude. Every fucking game,
Yep.
because Sway and Ullmark are not going to give up more than 2 goals, and this Bruins team was winning games 3-1, 2-0, and the under would hit every time, and the Bruins were winning. But if that goal scoring, which is already low, even slightly dries up, oh boy, are you in trouble.
Yeah.
And I think the big thing for me was you've lost Bergeron, you've lost Krejci, and some of your later ads, you lose the Bertuzzi that you bring in. Like those are big. Those are big things. This year was an interesting opportunity of seeing who's going to step up. You've got new opportunities. You're one of the big dogs now. I think Charlie Coyle has stepped up beyond belief. Like, holy moly, is he playing well? I think Zacha is playing well. I think he's playing exactly as well as he did last year. But to what we said, I don't think either of them are playing 1C level hockey. I think they're both 2Cs.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. And then Marshy's unbelievable, but he's 36 years old. I think he is maybe a bit of a dip that he usually is when he has Bergeron.
Yeah.
So that's a regression, we'll call it. I think Jake DeBrusk has not performed like he would have wanted to. And Jake's streaky. He's always been streaky. So there's a chance that in the next 20 games, DeBrusk has 25 goals. Like, that's how he plays. But it's a gamble, like we talked about. You're hoping for that. I think you wanted maybe a bigger jump from Trent Frederick.
Absolutely.
I think you wanted a bigger jump, or not jump, but a bigger performance from Geeky, who is a big, not a big ad, but that was one of your bottom 6 guys that you're like, we really hope this guy kind of makes a name for himself here. So there's just a lot that's being asked from guys who aren't necessarily delivering it. And as we've talked about, you don't have the capital to make a huge trade deadline move. So what goes on? And I'm not saying we need to get into it.
Yeah.
But the thing we've said that we're never going to talk about because I think it's stupid, and I still think it's stupid, but you look at the league, the state of the league, and how many teams need a goalie?
Yeah.
And if someone comes with an offer for Ullmark that is a king's ransom, the Bruins now, and Ty Anderson's going to jump down my throat, as he should, because I've been on his team this whole time. Their identity is the goaltending tandem. But if
it might be good business,
if this struggle continues, and a king's ransom is offered for Ullmark that makes sense with the cap, the Bruins look at it from a business decision.
Might be good business.
And I think it is going to be a very difficult business decision.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I feel like, well, no, they are in a slump that is worse than they are, I think. But all I was going to say is I am
it's
like,
because of the injuries.
I am like, I guess I haven't I haven't come all the way back from my harsh preview on the Bees yet. Like I'm still not like, oh shit, I was wrong. They're great. I'm still like, they're okay.
I think that they very well could and probably will win the Atlantic. I
think so?
I still think that. But that's injury dependent. Like if these
for
guys are
sure.
out
That
for a
wouldn't
long
count. No, that
because
wouldn't count,
dude, this team's fantastic.
Dude, that's a good bet. I'd make that bet with you right now. That I would take. Do I get the field?
Yeah.
You get the Bees, I get the field.
Injury dependent.
Yep. Yeah. If either one of these or a future injury, I'll still wipe it if there's a future long-term injury. But I'm like, I guess it's honestly though, because fucking Detroit's not doing it. So it's like it's only Toronto or Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make that bet.
Okay.
We'll figure out what the stakes are for. But yeah, you got Bees. I got.
It can't involve food or shrimp.
Fair.
Okay, it's the Christmas season.
Yep.
We're coming up towards the Christmas holiday and then New Year.
Yep.
I would like to do a little end of semester accolades.
Yeah, like everyone's going on Christmas break. All the Boston kids are out of school. Fucking Logan was a zoo.
Oh my God.
So yeah, let's hand out
Let's do end of semester accolades. I'd like to do from each conference. I'd like to do 2 teams that you're proud of.
Yep.
And then 2 teams that you'd like more from.
You got some work to do over the holidays.
Yeah,
Get some Christmas reading.
Which conference do you want to start with?
Let's do Eastern Conference.
Eastern first?
Yeah, who are your ups?
Okay.
Who are you proud of?
2 teams that I'm proud of, that I would like to give a pat on the back and say, heading into the next semester, I'm really loving what you're doing, and I'd like to see you continue on this path. Number 1, obvious, you could have guessed it from me, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yep.
I am incredibly proud of this team, sitting in a playoff spot currently. Great record. They've got great performances. Tough sledding last 5 or 6 games. Larkin being out is obviously very brutal.
Yep.
Wishing him all the best, as always. That's my guy. I think he's going to get back in the lineup in the new year here, and they're going to get right back on track. Also, not great record since Patrick Kane has joined.
Yep.
And he has 1 goal and 1 assist. So, need the Patrick Kane performance to bump up a little bit to silence a lot of the haters.
Yep.
A lot of salty Rangers fans on Twitter dancing on that grave. So hopefully that's a little bit of motivation for you guys. You get Larks back in the lineup. Patty Kane get going a little bit here. But I'm loving what they're doing, and I would love to see them hold on to this and stay in the playoffs.
I would like to say I agree with you on this one.
Yeah.
I think that what they've done, because I had them super low.
Yes.
And I think what they've done deserves proudness.
Yes. Well said, sir. You know who did have them in the playoffs?
You.
Me.
I believe.
The other team that I'm very, very proud of and I would like to give a pat on the back to is the New York Islanders.
Yep. Good one.
I feel as though we said this a couple episodes ago. We talked a little bit of shit.
Yep.
And they have since performed. I think the thing that I like most, I'm not even going to bring up the boring thing.
Yeah.
I would never. A lot of guys on this Islanders team that we have given a kick in the pants to are playing.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yep.
And we've said a long time now, Sorokin deserves this. He deserves some support from the boys, and he's getting support from the boys. And I just think I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Islanders fans. They're rocking UBS. The team is playing as well as they can. And that's always great to see. So Islanders, keep it up because it's real fun.
Yep. Yes. Okay. I don't quite buy them as much yet.
I'm not saying I do either. They deserve a pat on the head.
Enjoy your holidays.
Hey, well done.
Enjoy your holidays.
Have a very Merry Christmas.
My first one's going to be surprising that you think that I think they deserve a good job.
Pat on the head.
But I'm going to give it to them.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay, yeah.
I'm allowed to do it how I feel like.
Allowed to do what you want.
The first team I'd like
Professor.
to in the Eastern Conference is the Florida Panthers. And
why would I disagree with that?
just because I think everyone is like, yeah, they're supposed to be good, like, and they're in third.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're world beaters or anything.
Are they in third or are they in second?
They're in third, or they're tied. I mean, they're
the
same amount of points as the Leafs, 2 extra games though. The Panthers, I would love to go back. Literally everybody, including you, was like, the Panthers are going to have a slower start. They had a bunch of injuries.
Yeah.
They'll get good, but like they've got this cup hangover, short season. Everyone's hurt. They'll surge late, but they will not be in the mix right from the start.
Yeah.
They were in the mix right from the start.
I disagree with that.
They
I
were,
think
dude.
I think 10 games in, they weren't.
I think it's quicker than that. No, I'm serious. I think it's quicker than that.
It might have been like 6
They
games.
they were like at a rough patch right off the bump, but like we're talking like a handful of games, and then they were bang right there, and they snuck up on people. I think because everyone was waiting for that. They are going to be a really good team the whole way, and I think maybe only Keith. Who announced that it was the Catlantic?
Yeah.
Now he was the only one that was on him early. He was like, they're
Jans
nasty.
knew.
He was like, Atlantic runs through Florida, and I was like, shut up, dude. But then he was 100% right.
Yeah.
So they get to kick the shoes off on the holiday break. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
That one made me happy. The second one,
Can I say real quick on that team
Yeah.
too? Chucky has been slow, and I think he's Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
For the record, I think he is dealing with the fact that he's recovering from a broken fucking sternum.
his body split in half.
And
remember?
I think the holidays and All-Star break is going to be a real nice rest for him. And we might see him a big-time wake up in the
Watch
latter
out
half
when
of the
he gets
season,
going.
and that would be huge for them.
Second one, of course, is the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness.
Dude,
Are you kidding me?
dude, the Flyers, and here's what I want to say.
Are
dude.
you kidding me?
Dude, the Mets all jammed up, but they're in second right now through 30 fucking games, Dan. This isn't like the beginning of the season. Like, it's 30 fucking games.
I can't believe.
And here's
This is 2 weeks in a row I'm saying it. I can't believe that I like a Philly team this much.
And here's
The Flyers, too.
Here's what I want to say about it. And I'm going to be a plus-minus bitch in this segment a little bit, so forgive me. But I really like that
talk
stat.
dirty to me.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm bricked up under here.
You're
You're talking about plus minus.
I really like that stat because it can kind of show you which teams are kind of faking it with some records and everything. But, dude, everyone in the Met, every team is 0 or negative in plus minus, except for 3 of them. And the Rags, who are world beaters, are a plus 16. Like, to keep in mind, like, fucking the Canucks are plus 41.
Yeah.
Like, the Rags are a plus 16, and they're world beaters. And the Flyers are plus 11. Like, it's not like they are this team that's like, oh, we've got a bunch of lucky wins, but we're minus 30. Like, kind of like the Caps, by the way. Like, the Caps are 15, 9, and 4, and are minus 10. And I'm like, you stink, dude. This is all fake. The Flyers are plus 11, dude. Like, they're playing good hockey.
Yeah, they're a very good team. They're a very good team.
What is going on?
It's insane.
And I'm pumped for them, honestly. And I'm pumped for Torts, dude. I think we said that too. But I'm like, fucking good on you,
Year
bro.
2, he's got this team in the playoffs. Like, I need them to make the playoffs.
Insane.
It'll just be so sick.
I don't think they will, but
it's
fuck,
just
dude.
buzzing. And they're
Awesome.
like, we're in the playoffs, dude.
Okay, who you mad at?
All right, here are the teams that I'm mad at on the East. One of them is very obvious, so we'll save that for a second. The 2 teams that I'm upset with, number 1, the New Jersey Devils. Get your shit together.
I don't know if they will.
Me neither.
That's what's fucked. I don't know if they will.
have officially hit the point where I'm like, dude, what the fuck is happening to you? The goaltending is absolutely a problem.
Yeah.
And like Carolina, guys, you got to mix it up here. Something's got to happen. But I don't want to harp on the goaltending. Obviously, Jacko is playing great. He was out for a little bit. Toff's playing great. Bratt's playing great. I need way more from Meyer. Way more.
Yeah.
I need, honestly, Nico was hurt. Everyone calm down. But I need you to get going again, dude. Because you know why you guys were so good last year? Because Nico had his breakout year.
Yep.
So did Jack. Jack's going. Nico, you got to get going. I need the defense to figure it the fuck out, dude. Getting shell. But Ducks, by the way, spoiler, they're not one of the teams I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But I am proud of them. So
Okay,
the Ducks are good.
They had that nice little run there.
They did.
They are bad again, but they had that. Nice
They're not bad, though, right?
Kind
Like,
of
they're not. No. They're not bad. They're not. They're not a good team in the league, but they're not. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I see
There's
what
a
you
difference
mean.
between
Yep.
being bad and being low in the standings. They're low in the standings, but they are not a bad team. But you can't get fucking whacked by the Ducks 5-1, I believe, at home last night.
No, you cannot.
You cannot. That's ridiculous.
And I just made the joke about Philly 30 games. Like, wow, it's not funny if you're in New Jersey. Because before it was like, what's 15
no.
or 20 games in, whatever. And now I'm like, dude, the season's half over.
It's like truly, we are coming here at the halfway mark. You guys suck.
Yep.
So New Jersey, it's just, this is unacceptable. So I need you to figure it the fuck out. And then, obviously, the Buffalo Sabres.
Dude.
Guys, I'm still on the wagon. But
maybe you need to leave. Maybe you're the problem.
stop it. I'm not the problem. Dude. I'm possibly the voice of reason that they've needed.
Yeah.
I remain loyal to my Sabres. I remain loyal to the people of Buffalo. But when was the last time you heard me say the wagon rolls on, dude?
Yeah, I couldn't recall.
And the thing that's really frustrating is they have great win. They beat Boston.
Yeah.
They beat Vegas.
Yep.
But it's the same bullshit as last year. You can't have wins like that and then go, we lost 3 straight to these like clown teams.
Correct.
It's like, guys, what the fuck? I think all the pieces are there. Obviously, there's more that the team needs, but being in seventh in the Atlantic is just, it's not what we needed.
Dude, I feel
it's not
bad.
what we needed at all. And the Atlantic is great, but it's time to get it going here. And I'm very disappointed.
Dude, I feel bad for
better.
them because, and it's their fault, to be clear.
Yep, no
but I
doubt.
feel bad for them because when we were there with Tucky and Tage, hearing them talk about how fired up the city gets and what it would mean for them to win and go to the playoffs for the city, Darlene's letter last year to the fans, all that shit. I know they want it that bad. And what scares me and what sucks and I feel bad about is even when we left, like stopped recording, we left. I remember talking to them, and I was like, you guys are going to be so sick this year. I'm so pumped for you. And that's what fucking everyone was telling me.
I know.
Like, they just listened to all summer to everyone being like, you're the new, you're the new, you're the new.
But they feel it too.
And I know, and I'm like, I think that hurt them. Like, I think they
agree.
went into it being like, we're so fucking sick. We're going to fucking win the cup this year. And I'm like, dude, you stink still.
They still need to be the little brother. They thought they went through their growth spurt, but they're still several inches shorter than everybody.
Still dumb
and
at you.
My big one for them, Chris, is if they finish this season worse than last, that is a
nightmare, dude.
Nightmare.
Because
you enter next season, if you aren't good again, now it's like, oh, people are going to leave.
Yeah, 100%.
So
here are my 2, and these are personal ones. Again, I'll do whatever I want. First one, the second one's going to be obvious. First one, the Senators. Dude, I had them high. Like, you and I kind of went, like, you went Wings, I went Sens, of, like, who was going to make that jump. It's clearly been the Wings. Yeah. And it's not over. I still believe. But, dude, I was just so excited. Like, Corpy, not that he's a fucking going to steal you a season, but, like, I was like, oh, that's an upgrade. We're happy with the goalie change. Bad Vlad is here now. Like, that's a ton of goals we just added. It just felt like, and they were right there last year. You know, like, they started slow and came on so strong. Giroux's like, I was like, this is a sick team. And this has been a major bummer. Obviously, Brady talked about it when he came on, the beliefs in that locker room, and I think they can turn it around, but they're in a place now, like as it stands right now, where you have to go on a fucking heater for the next 52 games to make it in the Atlantic.
And, you know, same with Buffalo.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking Atlantic, dude.
Yeah.
You are playing all of these teams all the time. Going on a heater in that division is impossible.
So even if you play like good hockey, like playoff level hockey for the rest of the way, that's probably not going to cut it anymore. If you're Ottawa, certainly, and probably Buffalo too. Like, you have to be like, oh, we are kind of like what the Oilers did last year, where you're like, yo, we're the best, we're sneaky, the best team in the league since January.
Yeah.
You have to do that if you're Ottawa to make the playoffs now, and I don't know if they can do that. I think they can play good hockey, but I don't know if they can do that. And I'm like, you fucked it, dude. You fucked the whole season through this start, and I'm super bummed about that.
Yeah.
So fucking do your reading and get better.
Seriously.
Second one, obviously for me personally, it's just the fucking Pens, dude.
Yeah.
I can't fucking believe this. I know everyone else can, but like I can't fucking believe this.
But even people like me, you know, I had them lower than you, but I think I had them 4th in our predictions.
Yeah.
And even I will admit, and I'm a stubborn asshole.
Yep.
This is awful.
Dude, and like, Sid, this
Sid
is doing
awful.
what he's doing. Like, Ovi, who I fucking love, is not playing that well.
No.
You know? And the Caps are doing fine. Sid is like, I've got 15 fucking goals. Like, Sid is a machine, dude. He scores every fucking game.
I know.
And I'm like, how could this be happening? Like, if Sid slowed down, which I never thought was going to happen, but I'm just saying, if Sid came into this year and was really struggling, and they were fucking 13-3, I'd be like, well, you know, Sid's bad. And I'm like, Sid is the best player in the league. How could you be 500?
Dude.
What is going on?
And how brutal of a look is this for Dubas?
Dude.
Because he leaves Toronto as the scapegoat.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, are you fucking kidding me? You fired Dubas? Like, he did everything that you guys asked of him. You fire him. Then he has his whole, like, I don't know if I'm going to take a job for a while.
Yep.
Immediately takes a job in Pittsburgh. Immediately makes the blockbuster deal for Carlson. And it has gone terribly. Dude.
I won't even say it's gone terribly, though, because he's producing.
Are you insane? Are you insane?
What did you think was going to happen, though? Like, everyone said when that happened, it wasn't like the Penguins were going to be 20-5. Also, like...
Dude, every Pens fan, we went, our whole thing was, did this make you better? A bit.
Yeah.
And sure, but that was us. That's
fair.
We're fucking dipshits.
Yeah.
And
I heard that take, though. I heard that take.
I agree.
There, yeah.
And like a lot of people in the media said, like, gee, Mike Grinelli was like, this is ridiculous. Like they're not that much better.
Yeah.
Like they're a play. Yeah, he's going to score a bunch of points because he always does. So a lot of people had that take, and that that's what I believe. And well, ho hum, look at us, we're right. But Kyle Dubas is getting paid millions of dollars to prove us wrong.
Right, to be like, no, that was the piece. And
and it's gone exactly like we assumed. So I'm like, that's a disaster for you, dude. Because when you put your nuts on the table and gamble on something like that, it better fucking work out. And it is, and unfortunately for him, gone exactly like we all thought.
Yeah, which is
so
not
I'm like,
what you
this,
want.
give me your job, dude.
Yeah.
Give me those millions.
Give me your money.
Yeah,
I'll take
your money, dude.
But here's the only thing I'll bring up, too. They have had goalie problems also.
Yep.
And that one is, to your point, maybe, is like, I kind of saw that coming, so maybe we should have made a change there. I know that's easier said than done, but I will say this, dude. I brought up earlier, the entire Met only has 3 fucking teams in the positive and plus minus. The Rags plus 16, the Flyers plus 11, and fucking Pitt plus 2 in 7th. So it's like they are
because of one Sidney Crosby.
They are having bad luck. Yeah. Like they are losing super tight games. And eventually, you just hope that regresses to the mean. Shout out Brian Baker, fucking loves that stat. But you hope that regresses to the mean. Mm-hmm. And then I can see them. Because, dude, they are, let's see, Islanders in 3rd right now, 36 points, 30 games. Pens in 7th, 29 points, or 29 games, 29 points. So 7 points out, 5 if they win the game in hand. The Mets all jumbled up. It could happen. And I look at them, above them, Devils -3, Caps -10. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm like, you're better than them. I think. Or maybe not the Devils on paper, but I'm saying like you're playing better than them. You're just you're losing super tight ones. But dude, that's another one where if you finish this year in 7th, it's like fucking nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel.
Oh, God.
Okay, take us away with the West.
Western Conference. My 2 teams I'm very proud of, okay? First one, and this one's going to be a surprise because very recently I was chirping them, the Nashville Predators.
Hey. Rubber.
Yeah.
Agreed.
31 games, Preds. 31 games, 18-13-0, 36 points. They're sitting in 4th in the Central. They are a +5, which you know I love. They sucked, and they were kind of bad last year, and then they went on that great win streak, and I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. Nice. You got hot. This doesn't matter at all. But they are playing pretty sick still, even coming off the win streak, and like they've lost 2 games, but they've got some good wins. The fans love them. The rink is always going off. And I'm not being like, they're making the playoffs, I love them now. But I am like, dude, eat some cookies when you go home this break because good for you.
Yes.
Because you did exactly what I just said Ottawa didn't do.
Yep.
Where you're like, you're this close to having completely lost the fucking rails on this season. And then they were like this, boom, 7-game win streak or whatever it was, playing great hockey now, and everything is on the table for them now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all you needed to do after that start, and you did it, so congratulations, Merry Christmas.
And I'm buying stock.
Yeah.
Like if you don't see the stock rising with them, you're not looking at the charts well enough because they are a blast right now.
Yep.
Believe in Trotz.
Yeah.
Believe in Trotz. Don't believe in idiots like you who said that they should trade Juice because give me a break. And you know what really fires me up is seeing Flip playing so well.
Dude,
the OT King.
Man, dude, I
just
love
the fucking best. Love the Preds.
My second one, I'm staying in the Central. My fucking boys, the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been on the Jets train for so long.
I know.
And I was terrified, honestly, because I'm a huge Blake Wheeler guy. OG listeners will know I'm a huge Blake Wheeler guy. So I was kind of terrified when they stripped him of the captaincy, they ship him out of town. I was like, oh, God. And it's looking like everyone's going to leave. Scheifele's gone. Hellebuck's gone. This is a disaster. Jets are dead. And, dude, everyone stayed. And Kyle Connor, who we mushed so bad last week, God damn it. But he's going to be back. He'll be back soon, right on the same pace.
Not that soon. 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
God damn it.
But he'll be back. And that's, by the way, a real issue.
I mushed the shit out of him.
That was not good.
I'm so
we
sorry,
didn't even have to
Kyle.
say that. We didn't even have to say anything.
Why did I do it?
We were just like, the Jets are hot. And then we were like, Kyle Connor is the best player in the West, by the way.
Why did I do that? Just leave him alone.
Dude. But my point is, they have long, and there's another team I bet you're going to name that I have long thought on paper was really good.
Yeah.
And just never quite was doing it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're doing it.
I love Jets fans, dude.
I was going to say, the other pat on the head is,
Yep.
dude, the people of Winnipeg deserve this so much.
Go to the games. Go to the games. Yeah, they need it.
Jets fucking lower prices.
Lower the prices,
dude.
then go to the games. And, dude, there's not much to do there. They need this.
Yeah, they need it, and they're
fucking
getting
pumped.
it, dude.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, you love to see it. Okay, the two teams that I'm proud of, you absolutely right. You called it. The Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
I have been saying this since last year. Why aren't you better? You can find 5 clips of me going, why aren't you better? And look at them now, dude. They're better.
Look at them now.
They are playing so well. Though that group of guys is buzzing. Quinn Hughes is the best defenseman on the planet. JT Miller is, we've also been saying this for a while, is just low-key an assassin and just pumps in goals.
Brock, bro.
Plays
Brock has been
such an insane 200-foot game. And then Brock Besser, dude, my boy, has just been like, oh, yeah, I'm back.
Oh, I'm going to win a scoring title.
Oh, I'm back.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
And it's just great to see, dude. I love them adding Zadorov. I thought that was a huge move. A little bit of a slip here, but right back on track. And that is why I'm so proud of this team. Is like they faced a little dash of adversity, and people were like, "Uh-oh, are they backsliding?" Nope, they're just still a great team. And it goes into what we said is like, dude, you are so good on paper. Why isn't the product on the ice? And the product is on the ice. Mm-hmm. And that is another just group of guys that deserves it. I mean, that there's not a single guy on and we didn't even mention Petey, who's an absolute weapon. There's not a single one of those guys that I'm like, he's not really committed. He's not like they're just the best, dude, and they deserve to be this good, and it's awesome. And another group that I feel exactly that way about, because my goodness, is the deck stacked against them, is my Desert Dogs, dude.
Yeah.
The Arizona Coyotes.
Buddy, +7, I'm pretty sure.
They're a good team. They're a good team. They're just getting good hockey all over the ice. You love to see it for guys like Keller, and with the whole mullet thing is like they've embraced. I feel like they embraced mullet last year, but it was a bit of a like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this season, it really does look like they're going, mullets are a barn, dude.
Yeah.
And you buy into it. You let that place get rocking. You've got great performances all over the place. Dursey comes in there, really makes that place his own. Lawson Krause is playing out of his mind. And to your point, it's at that +7, like they're not a fluke, dude.
They're legit.
It was cool. We saw them and the Ducks start the season through 10, even 20 games, more like 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, look at these two guys. And the Yotes have kept it up.
Yep.
And now we're hearing whispers of, maybe a new arena is happening in Arizona, which would be unreal. And I absolutely love it.
Dude, I'm pumped for them.
Yeah.
The teams I'm mad at over the holidays in the West, first one is the Minnesota Wild.
That's one of mine as well, so we can double up on this.
I'll say this. The 4 teams like the Preds, like when we're doing our previews and you're like, it's always funny because you look at that and you're like, everyone's good. Someone's got to finish last though, And when teams have surprising upswings, someone's paying the price.
Yes.
Like that's how this works.
Yep.
And
So well said.
So yeah, I'm a fucking genius. So,
You're fucking good at this shit.
You look
man.
at the Atlantic and it's like, I'm like, how is Ottawa so bad? And it's like, because Detroit's good.
Yeah.
Like, or because, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
this is how
that's
this
it.
goes.
Yeah.
So the Wild are paying the price right now, and it's their fault.
Yep.
And we've talked about the goalie issues a bunch, so I don't need to get into it really. But that is one where and here's the good news. I've said this like 3 times now in this ep, but they're still like 500. They're not quite Ottawa frustrating yet.
Yeah.
Like they could, if they get hot, not nuclear. Ottawa has to get nuclear.
Yeah.
If the Wild get hot, they can be like, we're back in the playoff mix and this is okay.
Yeah.
But that is hard in the National Hockey League. And if they don't, and you finish down here, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like that is just such a bummer season.
You said it all. We talked about a couple episodes ago. The Parisian Suter cap hits are brutal for that team. 17% of your cap is just eaten alive. But there is I believe in the long-term project of Billy G.
Yeah.
People forget that Kirill signed that bridge deal, and that's very strategically going to be up when the Suter and Parisi deals are off the books. And I think that lines them up for here's 8 by fucking 12, But they're doing the product the plan is there. You can see the plan, but this wasn't part of the plan. Being this bad, having to fire your coach, the goalie struggles, maybe some guys underperforming was not part of the plan. And you need them to. This is I'm disappointed in you, but I'm not giving up on you.
Yeah.
This is more of a slap on the ass. It's like, hey, come on, do better in the second half.
Yep. I'll do my next one because it's pretty much the same emotions, pretty much the same energy that you just listed out there. My Spunk boys. Just a. I think they are feeling a little bit of what I just bitched about with the Sabres, where it's like you kind of get your tires pumped coming into the season. You're feeling yourself, and probably even more with the Spunk than the Sabres. People know you now. Like it's not like people weren't watching film in the league before, but just like Seattle snuck up on a lot of people. It was super exciting and fun watching them sneak into the playoffs. Obviously, they tagged the Avs, and everyone was like, "Holy shit!" But it was like. People are ready for Seattle now. They don't have a target on their back, but like people are ready, and they are not responding. They are plus minus. They are a minus 18 on the season, 10, 14, and 8. And I'm like, dude, this is not it. Luckily, actually, we should check the wild card because like the Pacific feels very top heavy, but luckily. They're not crazy out of a wild card hunt in the Western Conference, so it's like their season's not over by any means. But this one I was personally super pumped to watch Seattle take the next step. Yeah, and they've regressed in a big way. Yeah, so that's a bummer.
I agree. They are spunkless, and it's frustrating. My last one is because I had the Wild as well. Is the Oilers.
I was wondering if you were going to say this. Go on, but I have something to say.
I'm just incredibly disappointed. And obviously the new coach bump was helpful for them. They went on a tear, but they have lost a few now here in the last 4. And I'm curious. I think the next 10 games, even 5, for them are very, very important. And I think they're going to be very telling as to what this team actually is. Because you've got your new coach. The new coach bump is over now. Now you're just a team. And if they go 500 in the next 10 games, I'm like, they might miss the playoffs, dude. And we'll see. And again, this is I'm not giving up. Like I feel like the last 4 episodes we've done nothing but stroke off McDavid as he deserves. Yeah. And I love him. I love Leon. But this, even if they figure it out and they, finish second or third in the Pacific, they get a wild card spot, whatever. Either way, this has been a clown show.
Okay.
Going through what they've gone through for the first 30 games of the season is a clown show, dude. There's no excuse to be had. You should not have had to fire your coach, dude. So no matter what, they're disappointing. Okay. And I'm disappointed in them.
I was going to
Because at the end of the day, dude, they're in 6th. They're in 6th in the Pacific, and they're an under 500 team through 28 games. Yeah. And that is unacceptable for that team when you have 2 of the 3 best players on earth. I know we've hammered this into the ground, but this is unacceptable. So I am disappointed in them. And I'm very, very curious what we're going to see from the next 5 to 10 games. Because if they stay hot as fuck and they go 4-1, 8-2 in those 10 games, I'm like, all right, you did figure it out. We're buzzing here. But if you go 5-5,
yeah, dude. Well, here's the thing. I am still on record that I'm like, I am positive the Oilers are making the playoffs and not even as a wild card team. Like they are going to finish top 3 in the Pacific. This is a joke that doesn't matter at all. They are so nasty and they're going to go nuclear just like they always were going to. I'm on record on that and I stand by it. But so I was going to push back being like, this is not a disappointment because it doesn't fucking matter. But you said what you swung me over that they should get some wrist slaps is this is a clown show. Like it's a
clown show.
It is ridiculous.
It's an absolute clown
that
show.
I even have to have this take that I'm like, the Oilers are good. I swear to God. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? So how is that even a conversation we're having?
Like we said, they went on a tear, but they've lost 2 in a row, and this is what makes me nervous about them. They lost 7-4 to the Bolts they were up 3-2
Going for
in
a
like the
franchise
third
record,
period.
9th straight win.
And then they lost 5-1 to the Panthers.
Yeah.
My point being, that's 12 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
And this is why
That was at home, right? Like, that was Florida teams.
Yes, both at home.
Florida teams flying a billion miles.
to the Arctic.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you get
come on.
bitch slapped. And that, like, they're leaky, dude.
Yep.
And you know, here they are in this great run, and then you give up 12 goals in 2 games, and I'm like, well, that's a lot of the problems that were going on in the first 20. So, yikes. So, yeah.
Okay.
Let's
get
wrap
into
up this
OT.
episode, some overtime, and let's do a little bit of a Christmas wish list.
Going to hand out 3 Christmas gifts.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up. 3 gifts that we'd like to see.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, give me your 3 gifts.
Okay. My first gift is to Maddie Beniers.
Hey.
I hope Maddie comes down Christmas morning and there's a brand new twig sitting under the tree with a bow on it. Remember those mornings I would come, like, I feel like every Christmas we came down, there was you could always
Leaning on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Maddie has 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points through 32 games. He's on pace for 33 points this year.
Yeah.
Coming off his 57.
Talk about a mush job, dude. You killed it.
I killed this boy, and I love him, and I feel awful.
But you know what I feel good about? And I think that I know that we love the listeners more than anything, truly. But when we did the Calder Curse segment post, there were a lot of people that came for our throats being like this, what a ridiculous stat to look up. Like, you guys are reaching. You're reaching. But, well, doesn't feel like we're reaching.
It looks pretty accurate.
Looks pretty real.
He's going to be... I think he'll get hotter.
Me
and
too.
I hope he gets the new twig, but he's going to be under what he had last year. And they, not as goes Benier, goes the spunk. I'm not saying that, but they could really use his production.
Yeah.
Because that would change a lot of things. Second gift under the tree. A new glove for Vasi. I'm not saying his glove hand's bad. I was just trying to think about what gift I could give him. Maybe a new stick, new blocker, new set. A whole new setup. New setup. Whole new setup. It's expensive, but a whole new setup. The Bolts we thought would start kind of slow. They had some actually pretty good goalie play in the interim. Vasi's back. 10 games. He's 5-5 with an 8.97 goal save percentage and a 3.02 goals against. Of course, he was going to ease into the season. I'm not saying Vasi's bad now, but if Tampa wants to remain a threat in the Atlantic, they certainly, in their mind, banked on Vasi being a world-class goalie.
Yeah.
So that needs to happen if you're Tampa Bay. The third gift I would like to give is I hope the Toronto Maple Leafs organization wakes up Christmas morning and there's a fucking whole bag of cash because Willie Nylander is an absolute machine right now, and they got to figure it out. We've talked about this before, but they need to... Something has to... You are facing just such a monumental decision that I'm like... Actually, I'm changing my gift. I hope the fucking Maple Leafs organization wakes up Christmas morning and there's a fucking crystal ball there.
Yeah.
And you know if you're going to win the cup this year because then you keep him. Because if you aren't winning the cup, you can't keep him.
Well, dude, here's the problem with that. They do have the cash.
Yeah.
The question is, are they stupid?
Right,
And sorry, Leafs fans, you're not going to want to hear that, but... We broke it down. The guys coming off the books, the money that they're going to have is, I think it's something like 20 mil. Like they have a lot of money, but this is what we're talking about. Willie is going to demand 12 of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I know so many people are like, the extra year, he can take a team, blah, 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 blah. Dude, yes, they can sign him. And I'm sure that he wants to come back. But dude, as an organization, if you go like this, and here you go, Willie, you get even, let's call it 11. You get 11 mil a year. You have just slashed your free agency budget in half, and you have like 6 roster spots to fill.
Yep.
So your whole depth problem that you've had for the last 5 years is now even worse.
Yep.
So that's why it's a very difficult situation.
Yep. All right, what are your gifts?
My gifts are, number 1, I hope that the Dallas Stars wake up on Christmas morning with a big, strong defenseman under the tree.
Yes, good.
I think we need some of the weight taken off of Miro's shoulders. I think that team really has one weakness, and it's defensive help for Otter. Otter just picked up a little bit of an injury, too.
Dude, I didn't like that at all.
But, dude, you've been pumping Otter's tires forever here, and I just feel like too many times we see him facing too many shots.
I was about to say they're kind of wasting him. That's not fair because like they're a good team.
They're just they're not helping him enough.
Yeah, and it feels like I'm like you got the hard piece.
Yeah.
Right. Like you got a guy like that. It's kind of like how I felt with the Jets for a long time with Hellebuck. I'm like,
help him.
Yeah.
And I think he needs help. I think that defensive core needs help. I hope they get a big, strong defensive defenseman to really shore up that back end. Next, I hope Trevor Zegras wakes up and has a vacation. A really lovely vacation where he can go to his happy place.
Yes, dude.
We need Trevor happy.
God.
He's getting healthy right now. He's injured. But I think in the new year, we're going to see Trev get back on that ice. And I want to see that smile on his face. I want him to put aside all the girl problems, all the...
Alleged.
No, I mean, we've all got girl problems. We've all got guy problems. Yeah. You know, I want him to put away his girl problems, his guy problems. I want him to put away his contract problems. Got a nice deal. Mm-hmm. You've got a great group of guys.
Hockey's a fun game, dude.
You're living in a wonderful place. Let's get him a little vacation, take him to his happy place, and let's get Happy Trev back.
Yep.
I need Happy Trev back on that ice because he is getting a lot of flack from the haters, and I will stand with my buddy Trev till the end of time because he is an elite hockey player, and he is going to perform. Get him to his happy place. He's going to start playing well. And then my last gift is I hope my man Alex Ovechkin wakes up and there's the fountain of youth.
Ah, dude, he needs it.
I hope the fountain of youth is sitting under that tree. And I hope he takes a big sip from it and we get Ovi back. I want Ovi back.
Do you have his stats up?
Look them up because they're not as bad as you think.
I know, but it's like...
Ovi is playing subpar by his standards, and this Washington team is doing very, very well.
Crazy.
So if all of a sudden Ovi comes back, and I believe he must be dealing with an injury because I don't think Ovi's cliff comes this fast. So I think he's dealing with something. So I hope he gets that fountain of youth, gets feeling a little bit better, and we start seeing some of those Ovi's office goals pumping in the net. And all of a sudden he starts buzzing, and the Caps start climbing even higher in the net. That's what I would love.
5 goals, 12 assists through 28 games. On pace for 15 goals this year.
That's insane.
That can't happen.
It can't happen. And you know what's funny is he's going to finish the season with 28 goals.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like this next half is he's just going to be pumping in goals.
He's going to get hot. Yeah. But that would be nice.
It would be nice.
You know what's fucking crazy, Dan? I'm a fucking sick person. Yeah, and I won't dwell on this because we're at the end of the app. But I long felt like I didn't want Ovi to break Gretzky's record because I just thought it was cool that Wayne has every record. Like when you think about hockey, you're like, oh, who has the most blank? I'm like, Wayno.
Yeah.
Everything. It's epic.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't want Ovi to break it. And then as he was getting closer, I was like, this sucks. He's going to do it. And then he hit a point where I was like, you know what, dude? It's actually cool to have seen.
Yeah. We're going to see it.
The whole thing, right? Yeah. Like we obviously saw Wayno play a little bit, but I wasn't really watching.
We saw his first goal and we'll see his last.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's pretty sick. That I'll tell, future generations like, yeah, we were watching Ovi in his fucking prime when we were really watching hockey. But now, and it was inevitable. I'm like, he's easily breaking it. But now that he's like slowing down all of a sudden out of nowhere, and I'm like, wait, he might not. I'm getting the sickness back in my head where I'm like, don't do it.
Stop that.
I don't want it. I don't want it, dude. I don't want it.
No.
I don't want to feel this.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
We need get Fountain of Youth. I'd be happy. I'd be happy.
All right. Well, that is it for us today at the Empty Netters podcast. You guys won't hear from us until after Christmas, I believe.
Yeah.
So would love to take this time to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you wonderful hockey fans and wonderful listeners. We love you so much. We hope you have the greatest holiday spent with family and friends. And if you're listening to this episode on Wednesday or later in this week, put on some Christmas music, pop on a movie, enjoy the season. And until we see you next time.
Find yourself a pond, an ODR, lace them up, and skate hard.